So let me bring this down so I can see myself, because I always like to look at myself. Like, I think we need to talk. Been so busy. I think we need to talk because there's a lot going on in society, and I feel like, look, I think we need to talk. There's a lot going on in society, and I know I have a microphone and shit, and I probably could set things up better, but you're gonna deal with this. Look, true confidence, what is it about? True confidence is about knowing who the fuck you is every time you wake up, being that person every fucking day, regardless of how people feel about it, and not asking anyone for permission. Like, how dare you ask someone for permission to be confident in yourself? How dare you ask someone for permission to believe in yourself and to think that you're beautiful? Like, that's what true confidence is about. It's not about whether you're a size 6 or whether you're a size 2 or I'm good. Thank you. I'm actually doing real good. I'm working right now. I'm kind of like on the clock. So I'm doing good. But I was just saying, like, there's a lot of conversations going on about Kevin Samuels. Like, what do you think about that shit? I really feel bad. I really feel bad for society that we're at this place. I honestly, I really hope that people are paying attention to what's really going on out here. I mean, let's talk about things that matter. The vaccine. Who's taking the fucking vaccine? I mean, honestly, the vaccine is a huge issue, and we're over here worried about high value men and shit, when the vaccine is the biggest issue of the day. And this is the problem that I have with so much of the shit. Excuse my red lipstick. It's fucked up. I was just eating something. I don't care. It's over. The makeup was for earlier in the day. Day is done. He's a joke. I'm just more concerned that men and women actually care about. Exactly, baby. Exactly. Because people want notoriety, and notoriety means more to them than truly loving themselves. You asked me, you said, it's been so long, hope you're doing well. No, I'm doing well, baby. That's why you haven't seen me. And so that's the point. The point is that people will say a lot, but do they live that life? I watch Kevin Samuels at night when I'm smoking my blunt and reflecting on the day. He's kind of like a little bit of entertainment. And I find him to be so funny. And the fact that someone would actually call into his show and partake in his show, it's hilarious to me. There are men that are just like Kevin Samuels that circle my block every day. There's a park right here. And they literally walk around every day. And, you know, one of them called me a coon bitch because because some young white thing was talking to me and I was giving him energy. Apparently, no one else can find me beautiful but his old ass. Doesn't Kevin Samuels know who he is? He's an old black man that nobody gives a fuck about his opinion. Don't nobody care about him. That's the sad part. That niggas like him and him are the people. We elevate these men because we just like to have a little fun. I really felt, the funny thing is I do watch him, and I was actually watching the show when the homegirl called in. And let me tell you something, I actually know a girl that looks like homegirl, and actually homegirl doesn't look that bad. Actually, I think homegirl's kind of cute. I think she has really beautiful dark skin. She had really beautiful teeth. You know, I think her eyebrows, she needs to do what I did, because like I didn't have a lot of eyebrows too. Like if hair doesn't grow on your eyebrow like that, then you need to go and get the etching. Go get an eyebrow etching so you can get some eyebrows. And I think that would radically change her face, and she would even look more cute. But she had a nice nose. I thought there was nothing really wrong with her. Her teeth weren't really jacked up. her aura, she was real sweet. I was actually watching the show when she called in that night, and I thought to myself, he's trying to tear her down, and he's just getting frustrated because she doesn't want to be torn down. Like the whole time she was on the show, like, let me defend her, because I was fucking watching the show. You know what, homegirl, let me defend you. The whole time that she was on the show, he was trying to put her down, and she was just in her phone like, who does this nigga think he is? I make more money than him. I assure you she is just fine, baby. Don't cry for her. Because if she's smart like I'm smart, then she's lawyered the fuck up. And that's why when I was watching Kevin Samuels last night, I laughed, because the way he was talking to the woman last night, it was like night and day compared to how he was talking to her that night and all the other nights that he'd be talking to women. You know, and I'm just speaking honestly, because I ain't got no following and I ain't got no clout and I don't give a fuck about it. But to be honest with you guys, like whoever's watching this, I just want you guys to know that girl is just fine. Please don't think. Like, she is just fine. She's fine. She was having a field day with him. He went extra hard to make sure that she was emotionally affected. He was really mad that he kept saying it was disrespectful because she didn't want to be disrespect. I guess in a way she was kind of asking to be beat down, but at the same time she was fighting back a little bit because she was really not that affected, like how people try to make it. That one clip takes everything out of context. I think people more so felt bad for her, which says to me a little bit something about how other people perceive her because she's a dark-skinned woman. I almost feel like they're more angry than she was. Yeah, okay, here's the thing, girl. If you're watching, you are cute. But here's what you got to do. Maybe change the texture of the hair. Get something with a little bit more coarseness to it. You need to go look at Kinkistry. Go look at kinkistry.com and go and get the Kinkistry hair. That's really good for us dark-skinned girls. And if you want to have some more silky hair, but you don't want it to have so much luster, go over to Yummy Extensions and get the hair that they have of the LAO Raw. That's kind of like a nice wavy, but it's dry, so it looks more like your hair. You can't wear that silky shit. Yeah, kinky straight is cool. This is all, like, I haven't worn weave in a couple weeks because I don't really give a fuck to impress. I'm in New York, and if you guys know anything about what's going on, it's like Hunger Games up here. I've learned to just laugh about it because that shit frustrates me. Kinky straight and huge curly fro's are my ish. Hell yeah. Nothing like a curly fro. I thought she would actually look really... See, if she had the curly fro, they would say how exotic she looked. Like, she has the curly fro, plus she has that dark, dark skin and the beautiful teeth. Like, she was just wearing the wrong hair, man. Switch up the hair, girl. And she didn't even have that much makeup on. They were ODing. She didn't... And y'all really thought she was more angry than she was. Girl was not that mad. I really feel bad for niggas like Kevin Samuels, lowlives. Because these are the men that get passed in the street every day, girl. You know the types. Like, literally, they circle the block in the morning trying to work out. They think they're going to work out 30 years off their age. Like, all of a sudden. So the guy talks to me after he says all that shit to me. I just kind of pulled him over. Like, I was like, yeah, don't ever address me like that. When, you know, like, in the future, don't address me like that. And then he had the nerve to say something about, like, young lady, and do you know how old I am? And I said, no, I don't. And he was like, take a guess. And I said, 68, 65. He was like, excuse me? He really thought I was going to compliment him. Like, I was going to be like, ooh, you look 40 years old. No, you look old enough to be my father. Sorry. My father is 70 years old, and you look damn near his age. And yeah, for a 70-year-old, you take good care of yourself because you spin this park every day like you're somebody. But quite frankly... Stop talking to me and don't ever address me in public again. Exactly. That was a setup for a dummy who thought that, like, I looked at that old man like, are you fucking serious? Even his friend was like, oh, you reached for that because she's about to shit on you. Yeah, you don't realize I'm not one of the, like, super nice people. I'm actually kind of shitty. So when you say stupid shit to me, I got to rebut with stupid shit. You know, you look damn near old enough, and it was true. It wasn't even fake. You look old enough you look like my father's age. 70 years old. You look like an old 70-year-old man who takes good care of himself. But you don't mistake yourself for someone who looks like 60, 50, 40. Like Kevin Samuels, does he not see his raggedy face? His shit is torn the fuck up. And I have a right to say that. My face is perfect. His shit is torn the fuck up. Do you see that shit? I really have to laugh. Kevin Samuels' face is like, I have an uncle that kind of looks like that. Like sometimes they can be handsome, but between that fucking gorilla nose and them fucking monkey cheekbones, and he keep his hair so fucking short because that shit nappy as fuck. Shit, my shit easy. I put the blow dryer through my shit. Fuck you mean? He in the dark with his candle, girl. You feel me? Like, what is wrong with this man? Is he out of his mind? And to think that people thought she was really affected. What it says about people is that they think that our self-esteem is down in the dumps when really not all of us feel so bad about being dark-skinned. Like, some of us know we're beautiful. Thank you. And that's the way she should have approached him. She should have really kind of gave him a little bit more of a rough energy, but really she was dismissing him. And instead they want to flip it like she was crying. Like, get the fuck out of here. She hung up the phone at a certain point. It was like, okay, ma'am. And she was like, okay, click. Why are they ODing on her like that? That just shows you what they think about us. They don't think we're beautiful. They don't think that we think we're beautiful. They don't. Shit. That's a joke if you ask me. In the dark with his candle. It's a joke. Like, I just find it to be so sad, and I feel bad for that girl, but at the same time, like, move on to other things. Like, I hope she has someone who will protect her, because this coronavirus shit, it's about to go down. And my thing is, like, forget Black man, any man who has the means to cover you right now, because things are about to go wild in this country. Never heard your percent. Yeah. I just think that people really, they have to understand that this world is in a different place than it's ever been. And like, these conversations are such a distraction from what is really going on out here. I mean, it is get covered time. It is time to find a man to uplift you. It is time to, any man that you respect, that respects you, that loves you, it's time to go and fold under him and be with him and have him make sure that you're secure, because they're about to start imposing vaccines on people. And that's a scary thing, guys. I mean, do you know where we live? This place is seconds away from being a whole different type of government. And people are not easy with that. People are not feeling that at all. People do not want that. People will fight for the continuity of what they are familiar with, even if it's not in their best interest. I don't go either way. I don't care. But honestly, I'm divested out of America mentally. I don't care about it. I don't care whether it is a continues to be capitalist or whether it becomes socialist. I don't care. I actually just want us to start doing what we're supposed to be doing as Black people, which is extracting our resources, whichever resources we have, and going and finding ourselves new homes, because they clearly don't want us here and they will genocide us by any means necessary. And so I feel like that is the type of shit I want Black women to start saying out loud. We don't have time to talk about two Black men that don't give a fuck about us, about how we look. Who cares? What you need to be asking him is, since you're such a wonderful Black man with resources, how many women are you going to cover in the next 5, 6, 7 months? Who are you going to call and make sure that she's okay while shit is going down in your town of Atlanta or Houston or whatever the fuck? Whom are you going to check in on? Yeah, I know. I have friends that live in a lot of countries. I'm actually going to post up for a little while all over the place. I'm going to move around. That's what time it is. We have to get out of here. Yeah, a lot of countries did not need a vaccine to lower the number of cases. No, they did not. And the vaccines seem to under-tested, in my opinion. Yes, they are. Wow, I know. Yes, they are under-tested because who's going to sign up to be okay? I heard a lot of rumors, but someone said something about amputations and bacterial infections from the first round of testing. I don't know if that's real, but someone fact check that and please drop a link somewhere in the bottom. And if I look it up, I'll drop it in the bottom of the video. But I want to know what's really going on with that vaccine. I mean, people, I know in the news today, they said something about allergic reactions to the vaccine. So my thing is like true confidence, you know, arm yourself with knowledge so you can be valuable to a man. Understand what's going on in life so that you can be valuable to a man. I think that's very valuable to a man. Just knowing what's going on, because men are so busy working and doing what they do. You should have your ear to the street, your ear to the, you know, exactly. I heard of reactions to the vaccines too, exactly. As women, that's our duty. We need to just be more mindful. Oh my God, I have to sneeze. We have to just be more mindful, and you know, like we just have to be more mindful. I don't know. We know, yes, God bless you. Thank you. We have to be more mindful because this country is not covering us. You know, while we're out here, like think about it like this. Everybody's out of the streets and we're the last people in the streets fighting with our man. Think about it like that. We're in a vulnerable position. What we need to do is stop fighting with our man and go find any man to cover us. I don't care what color he is. Go find him. Go find the man that respects you the most and get on his fucking plan. Let him put you in his house. Let him cover you, give you a family, and be invested in you. Because the only way to win this war is through families. What's going on right now, what's going on with these vaccinations, I need my husband or even my boyfriend or even my roommate or even my best friend to be at that fucking door when they come talking about vaccine, because I'm not taking it. And I'm not fighting with you, sir. Deal with my husband. And he's armed. Get the fuck out of my house. You guys have to think about what's going on in America. That's all I'm saying. Please save your own lives. I hate to sound like that, but yes. Stop fighting with your man. And if you don't like him, find another man now. We need to find, look, hey, I don't care what man he is, but if you don't like the current one, my only advice is to stop wasting time fighting with him and go find another. And stop wasting time trying to make men that don't like you. Find the one that does like you, because all of us have one. He may not be something we like. He may not be something that we love, but he's someone that will protect us. He may not be someone that is that wealthy, or he might be wealthy, but he's not that attractive, or he might not be that nice, but he really cares about you. Find someone, and as long as he's not beating your ass, go deal with him. Because right now, it's time for us to recognize that we're women and that we don't want to be on the front lines. Because right now, they got us hanging out on the front lines to dry. Like, I don't think there's anything glorious about holding up signs out front of your fucking hospital after they just glorified you. Like, yo, Montefiore, my grandma was in Montefiore for a while, and now Montefiore is on strike up in New Rochelle. And like, these are the same women that they were glorifying them, talking about your what do they call that? An essential worker. Like, that was a fucking badge of honor. I didn't know essential worker was a rank in the army now. Do I get a fucking medal to put on my my lab coat, on my doctor's coat or whatever? Do I get a medal to put on my coat? You know, just like the generals and the lieutenants and shit. I just want to know, what the fuck do they get for being hailed and rewarded and regarded as fucking essential workers? Bitch, go get a laptop and go get a job that doesn't require you to put yourself on the front line for these people. And stop being cops too. They don't get shit. And even if they do, the tax write-off don't mean shit, because what's going to happen in this government under Biden is all of our taxes are going up across the board. which means all of the stimulus, guys. I know we want money from the government, but we have to be careful about how we take this money, because all the stimulus and PPP, I got the PPP loan, but I'm actually thinking about, I don't think I'm going to take a second round. I think I'm with the other small business people who say, nah, I'm not going to take a second round of the PPP because the stipulations on the PPP are too much. And I think it's best that we just stop taking so much from the government, because if we want capitalism, we can't have that. We can't be in debt to our government and to be in a free market economy. You kind of have to have no debts to operate in a free market economy. And I feel like they're about to put us so in debt to our government because of all the stimulus that's being provided for this COVID shit, that we're going to have no choice but to embrace this new round of increased taxation and inflation on the dollar and shit like that. So go find a man who makes money, and or a house, or he doesn't have to make a lot of money, but if the man has a house and he loves you and he's a good friend and he wants to put you in that house and have a family with you, say yes, because it's scary out here. It really is. I know they always say Black women are warriors and stuff, and we should be able to fight and stuff like that for ourselves, but we are so far removed from being warriors the same way those niggas are so far removed from being kings. We haven't been warriors in a while. And they haven't been kings in a long while. So I don't fight. That's right. The assets that can be liquidated, exactly. We just don't have time. Like the kinds of conversations that are happening in our community, I'm watching other people's communities, and what they're doing in their communities is they're pooling all the resources together to buy houses with each other, to start little businesses with each other. Even if they don't like each other that much, they pool their resources together, because one business across 5 people is better than no business across, 10 people. I don't understand it. Like, we have so much resources in the Black community already. We all make pretty all right money. If we're in these metropolitans, we make decent money. Even the ones that make low money make better money than people in middle America. And we need to be doing something with that money. And we need to be building our communities with that money and reinvesting in ourselves so that we don't hate ourselves and so that we're not always fighting with each other. I know that when a nigga looks at me, he might see poverty, but if we could change our mindsets a little bit, that's not how we should look at each other. I know sometimes I look at niggas and I just say, oh, he's broke as fuck. Oh my God, I don't mean to be like, but it's true. Sometimes I look at them and I'm like, oh, he's broke as fuck. He's broke. What can he do? What have you done for me lately? Yeah. Like, nah. What have you done for me lately? And that's okay, because I'm not looking for anything. Just get out of my fucking way is what I'm looking for. Stop distracting me with your like what did Beyonce say in that song? Stop interrupting my grinding. Like, stop distracting me with these fucking games and these fucking conversations no one cares about. I'm trying to get money because I'm the only one who can. They just told you in America that you'll never get $1, Black man. Get out my fucking way so I can get some money for this Black community, since you ain't got none and since you ain't gonna get none. And when you do get it, you don't share it over here. So who gives a fuck? Get out my way. These are the things that Black women should be saying. Black women should be saying shit like that. Like, listen, Black man, unless you're going to... Exactly. Exactly. Nothing wrong with you having an interest in building up the community, but sometimes you have to sit back and say, well, why just me? So you have to sit back and be like, well, how come I'm the only one who wants to uplift this community? How come everybody else just wants a free ride? Listen, what I'm saying is that in other communities, they uplift the community together. The community uplifts the community. In our community, it's left on the backs of high-earning Black women. Because the bullshit black women, they're just littering the community with fucking out of wedlock kids. They're not doing a goddamn thing, but polluting the community. It really is left to people like us to just get up and work every fucking day and single mother and all this bullshit for niggas. That's why I told you guys, date out. It's not worth it. Because if you want a grandpa, you could have him, but look how crazy. I mean, I guess some of you are beating down his door at 20 something because you want a black man so badly that you'll deal with an old saggy one before you go and date a handsome ass Vietnamese man, or before you go and date I can't even think about them right now, a sweet Egyptian or something, or a nice Senegalese man. Date out, guys. And date the man who cares about you the most. Not necessarily with the most money, but make sure he has resources. Make sure he's willing to share them. I just had an experience today with someone who I thought was willing to share his resources with me, but I don't think he is. I think he intends on trying to flip the script and make me share my resources with him. So I think it's a dub. I really think that as women, we have to move more intelligently. Just watch women in other communities and do what they do. And you have to be a master of your body. You have to hold out on your sexuality. And your sexuality has to be kind of not understated, because I know I'm sexual and I'm loud about being sexual. I don't give a fuck. But you also just won't catch me doing certain things because only certain people get to see those things. That's the enticement of it all. That's what keeps the value high. So I just feel like, my God, ladies, don't give this man so much power. He's a nobody. And we could watch his shit. This is why I don't feel bad about watching his shit, because if you know how YouTube is structured, after managing my artists, I know how the shit is structured. YouTube is set up so that you don't really you get like half of what you make. And honestly, views, they translate, but they're not like, I don't know how live streaming goes in terms of how much money you get for that. But I know when it comes out to video count and views, you have to do something like 3 million views for $2,000 or something. I don't know. I thought it was something like that. What I'm saying is, don't believe the hype. Don't think he's getting more rich than he is. A lot of the places that he said, like, he comes to New York and he posts up in place. I'm from New York. Hello. He comes and he posts up here. I'm a real estate agent. I'll tell you exactly where he'd be at. And the places that he's at, it's like, okay, on a normal day, you couldn't afford them. It is a pandemic and nobody's in those places. You're like one of 3 people on the floor in the hotel because you're the only asshole that would be in there. If it's even open, really. Where you're staying, what, in an Airbnb in someone's yeah, I could believe that. I watch it every night. I never give him no money. But I literally watch him every night. And the only person I ever gave money to on YouTube was Michaela, because I fuck with her. I love the way she thinks. Shit, her mind is fit. Her mind is fit. I love the way she thinks. But Pharaoh, I never gave him any bread, but I did support his album because I love his album. His album is fire. Those are the only 2 people on YouTube that I really support. But everybody else is like just for the entertainment, man. Thousands off live donations. Like, that's us. Y'all women, listen, let me tell you about that money you spent on Kevin Samuels, bitch. I hope you listen. If you went into your makeup counter and if you went on your makeup counter and you had every single brush you needed to beat that face, then you could donate some money. But you better not have donated no money to that nigga when you needed a fan brush from Sephora for $30. When you needed I just literally just bought a whole bunch of shit. I didn't buy brushes. but I bought vitamin C serum. I had dark marks. I bought vitamin C serum that cost me like $20. I bought, literally, those are little things that every dollar counts, baby, because it's all about your face and your body. I know you didn't give Kevin Samuels $20 when you didn't pay your gym bill. Stupid hoe. You deserve what you get. It's like, listen, I don't feel bad for you because the strategy is right there. Everyone's telling you what to do. We're all that women are saying is do you. Nobody's saying take advantage of these men. All they're saying is that since you're busy doing you, don't you give time to these men when you could be doing you. Yo, I was watching some shit on Facebook and it's like these girls dancing. I gotta post a link to it, but it's like, don't be out here entertaining these niggas, and bitches is just like and I love that shit because it's like they are really breaking it down, entertaining, like, and like, don't be out here entertaining these niggas. Do what you want to do and do it well and throw your nose in the air while you do that shit. And don't ask anyone's opinion because it doesn't matter. If his opinion is going to make you stop doing something, that's a problem. Whatever I decide to do, no one's opinion is getting in the way of my fucking thoughts. If I decide not to do that, better believe that I was the one who decided, yo, I'm not doing this thing. And I consider some of my best friends' opinions, you know? Like with this Mexico shit, I want to go to Mexico. My best boys basically told me that shit is a dub. And I'm going to listen to them because they know this person. And I can see that this is already a shit show and I haven't even gotten there yet. So I'm going to reroute myself somewhere else. That's the power I have. Fuck blessing your life. Let me bless my own life next and not feel bad about it. For a minute, I felt bad. I dropped a little tear like, yo, this man is not serious. And listen, I will pay my flight, but at the end of the day, I'm staying with you. And if it's not with you, then it's not happening. And I'll be honest with you, it's a person that I don't even like that much. This is a man who I went to college with and I don't really care that much. I just really wanted to go and have a good time. But quite frankly, I could do that in several places where I have friends. So the power in me says, like, why would I go and entertain a man who's not dead ass excited about me coming? Like, yeah, he's cool with me coming, but he's not jumping for joy that I'm coming. And that's not the response I wanted. Just cool. No, I wanted you to be like, I haven't seen you. Look, cool. Hey, listen, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But just know that if that was just some kind of strategy to test and get a litmus test of how I felt, just know I canceled my trip off of just that one comment. I don't even need a second time to hear shit. I don't need to hear. The problem with women, like, in our community is they need to hear things 3 and 4 times. I literally heard it when you said what you said that one time, and I unsent a lot of shit, like mad messages. I know people hate when I unsend messages, but fuck you. I unsend messages because I can. Because I want to. Because you don't get the pleasure of having my deepest thoughts after you just pretty much put me in a position where I feel uncomfortable. I wanted to come to Mexico and feel like a princess, like you really wanted me there, like you were going to fuck my brains out, like we were going to have time. And then you started making me feel like I was just not that important, even though, weren't you the one hitting me up? So now deal with your own self. Deal with your hand, nigga. You know, like, he doesn't think I'm going to cancel the trip, but I canceled it though. Live your life. You have to do what's right for you. If you're uncomfortable, don't let someone make you uncomfortable. Don't let someone continue to make you uncomfortable. And also don't settle. Don't fall into the easiest, lowest hanging fruit situation just because it's there. Who? The gentleman I was talking to? No, he wasn't playing games. Essentially, he's in Mexico and he has a girlfriend that he doesn't really like that. But it seems like because he hasn't made money this year, she's kind of handling the bills. All the way around, the situation is a red flag. This is a person I went to college with that I'm not even that attracted to. But he knows somebody that I want to meet. Someone better than him. Because we're always looking at the next nigga, remember? We're always looking for the next thing. So he actually knows somebody. Thank you. Purple is our pink, you know? He actually knows somebody who is kind of an important man, and I would like him to introduce me to that person, but he's blocking. He's understating how well he knows that person, because he knows that I'm on the journey to get to that person through him. And so ultimately he's blocking. Something that was supposed to be sexy became something that he's trying to manipulate now, and I'm not for it. I come down there and it's on my terms, which means I don't care if you have a girlfriend or not. The week that I'm down there, or the 2 weeks, or the month that I'm down there, girl has to go somewhere else. This man is a man who's been in my Facebook inbox for years. And a friend. He's one of the homies. So it's like, always looking at the next girl, because you know why I say always looking at the next? I don't want to. Okay, we're always looking at the next, not because we're not paying attention to what's in front of us. We're always looking at what's in front of us. But nothing is an option until he presents it. Don't you ever ask for a relationship, baby. Not once in my life have I ever asked a man for a relationship. Either he's going to give it to you or he's not. So if something is in front of you and it's not presenting itself as an option to you, you should be looking at all of his friends. Do you fuck friends? Yes, you do. If they're going to marry you, you fuck them. This is how we play game. This is how we get what we need. Because I'm not about to settle for somebody who doesn't fucking want me. Or who just wants to play in my pussy, as I say. Because that's what it really is. Men want to play in our pussies and discard us unless we look like what they want to replicate. And unfortunately, Black men are diseased all over the world. They don't want to replicate with their own. Listen, there's no such thing as a no-no, sweetheart. We're grown. There's no such thing as a no-no. The no-no is don't embarrass him. But trust me, he'd fuck your friend and then try to apologize to you about it. I swear. How many women go through that? Their own husbands, boyfriends fucking their friends. And then talking about, baby, I'm so sorry. She was just here. Her nipples were out. She was laying on the couch. Like, I saw something on Facebook with this girl, real cute. She was just sitting there like this, like on a chair, like with like a thing, and her nipples were out. Like, she didn't have no bra. And it was like, she was like, you know, and then the boyfriend like walks in. And they were like, so you walk in and your man is right there with your girlfriend, your best friend, sitting there like that. What do you say? Well, what do you say? I have no answers for y'all. Oh no, I see things differently. I see things differently. I come in there, let's take it to another level. I come into the house and it's my husband. Just sitting in the living room, it's his house. Right? He bought that house that he put my name on. I didn't pay $1. Maybe I gave my credit to help get it. But I didn't pay $1. He put my name on it and I'm married to him. And my best friend, she's beautiful too, because I don't hang out with nobody but beautiful women. And I come in the house and she's sitting there like that, and I look at my man, and if he's not sitting next to her, honestly, I look at them and I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's cute what she's trying to do. I don't automatically assume anything. Because if you're a smart woman, then you have cameras in your house. See, this is the problem with people in our community. They're stupid as fuck. Just know that every time you go in someone else's house, they have cameras. I have cameras. I know if you've been fucking my man or not. Depending on how mad I get, I may expose the fact that I saw you fucking my man. But if you know what I know, I'm married to him. So at the end of the day, I will replicate his image, not you. And if you know what's good for you, don't you dare get pregnant. So this is how life is in real life. And let's flip it. You think my man, let's flip it. Let's flip it. My man works out of town. He's coming in this weekend. But his best friend lives in my building. And he just comes down to have a drink every now and then and smoke a quick one, whatever. Let's say he just comes down one day in his shorts and his tank top and his body is nice and he just sits on the couch and he smokes his little whatever and he drinks his little drink. You know, that's my man's ace boon coon. You feel me? He lives in the building. He comes to check up on me. We smoke whatever. Okay? I'm not going to go and run into my bedroom to put on a fucking cloak. I'm probably walking around my house in whatever my man is used to seeing me in, because this is his ace boon coon. Trust and believe he knows what my body looks like. Trust and believe he's seen pictures of me naked. He's maybe even seen video of me naked. Like, this is my man's best friend. So he comes down to check on me. My man is out. I wear booty shorts. My titties are out. I'm in my house. This is a close friend. If my man walks in on me like that, just let's say he walks in on me and I'm just in my booty shorts and I'm just in a tank top, no bra, and his friend is just at the couch, just drinking and smoking, he better not assume any fucking thing. You left this man here. You left him here like this. You left him here with a hard dick and some sweatpants like this. You know I like this. You left him here like this. You know I like this. That's the problem. Stop teasing your mates with your best friends. Stop doing it. You left him here. You've been gone for 2 weeks. He's rock. I'm wet. I'm about to just drop on him. Like, you left him here. Come on, we're grown. Don't do that. Stop leaving your significant others with your best friends when they're both sexy and young. Stop it. You stupid. Shit, if your dad is sexy, don't leave your best friend around him. I swear to God, girl, please. Come on. Stop being a dummy. What's wrong with you? Some of you people are so stupid. I really... Like, for real, girl, you left him here. Because it's happened with, like, it's happened for me before. It's happened where, like, my man is like, let's say it wasn't even like my man was gone. Like, let's say my man went to go run an errand real quick and he left his best boy upstairs, you know, playing fight night or whatever. He used to do that. And I used to always tell him, like, yo, your boys, like my titties are out. Like, I'm laying in the bed and they're like looking, because like the way my apartment, this is like where the bedroom used to be in the studio area, and that's where the couch used to be. And so it's like I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, you know, on my phone talking to my girlfriend, and your boys are just like watching me lay in the bed. And it's like, yo, like, you got to get them out of here. Like, no more house friends and guests. Like, they have to leave, because I'm a woman and I'm going to be out in my house. I'm not going to wear a bra all fucking day of my life. No. Go home. Get out. And if you don't leave, I would assume that you're comfortable with the fact that my titties are going to be swinging and my ass is going to be jiggling, because this is my house. And if it makes you uncomfortable, then get the fuck out. Literally. Why should I have to cover myself? Why? And my best friend, listen, best friend, if she wants to sit around like that, my man better, listen, it's one thing to get rocked, but you better not touch her. Like, you can do whatever you want to do, but I better not catch shit. I feel like most guys that I deal with, they have a lot of respect for me. So if something happens, they'll tell me. But most of the time, I don't really... Most of the time, it really is about how much I like the man. If I like him, then it might hurt. But if I'm like, okay, great, you know, whatever, then I might just go fuck something else. That's how I am. If I feel like you are betraying me on certain levels, then it's game time. Next. Who's next? Like, that's how I am. I don't have time to argue with anybody. I will always get what's mine. The argument happens when I give a damn. When I stop giving a damn, the savagery happens. That's when I'm like, you know what? His friend was so fire last week, and he was so nice to me, and I have his phone number. And he did hit me up in the DM, and I don't even do it to be vindictive. I do it because he's right there. You left him here. So I should bypass this man to go find a random man that might not even exist when you left this one right here. You left him here to be your stand-in. So I'm gonna let him fill in. You left him here to fill in, so I'm gonna let him fill in. Especially if he feels me better than you. So if he feels me better than you, I'm gonna let him fill in. That's what it is. Like, men have to get into a woman's psyche. Like, you have to stop thinking that we're all dying and tripping over love for you. We're not. It's not like that. It's not for me. Let me speak for myself. It's hard for me to be in love these days. I've gone through a lot. I'm sure there are wonderful men out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of women that are in love. But if I'm dating you and I like you, and you have a sexy friend, don't leave him around me because I don't like you that much. Is that fucked up? Is that like fucked up? I don't know. Anyway, I'm about to go and catch this news. New York is on fire, so I need to see what they're talking about. I need to see what Homo Cuomo is doing now, and I need to see what de Blasio and his Shirley McCrazy are fucking doing now. And like, de Blasio, fuck you. Like, let me say something, de Blasio. You know exactly what needs to happen. You need to get certain people out of New York City. It is not clean and it is not safe as they continue to grow their communities here in Brooklyn. You're a Brooklyn man. What does Miss McCrae say about that? She's a West Indian woman and you're an Italian. Y'all are the composition of Brooklyn, or the old Brooklyn. Well, the new Brooklyn has a different composition. I want to know, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Because you're losing great people. Like myself. Anyway, guys, I love you all. And love is the only way, but also self-reliance is the only way. True confidence is about self-reliance. It's about what's deep down in here. The self, right here, the pineal gland. Like, I need you all to start focusing on the greater agenda, which is to be protected and to be loved. Sometimes to be loved, you kind of have to step back and realize that in order for me to be loved, I may not necessarily feel 100% loved. What I need to do is, I know it sounds crazy, is that like sometimes in order for you to be loved and revered, you can't always be loved. Sometimes you have to step into that dark energy. And yeah, I'll try to give you guys some more videos. I really only came on here because they were shitting on Girl, and I just wanted to speak up for her because nah, chill the fuck out. She looked better than him in dark light. Y'all got to stop. We black, we beautiful. We black, we beautiful. Like, come on, guys. It's too much. It's too fucking much. You coon ass niggas. Have a good night. Bye.